Hey everyone, welcome to Kip TV, and if you know what this emblem is, or this medal, tell me, because that's kind of awesome. Kind of reminds me of Iron Man. Anyway, welcome to Kip TV. We are on Hot this week, and let's meet our teams as UGC Silver. We have Playmate versus Chaotech, which I have in the past referred to as Chaotech, so I guess this time I'm going to refer to them as Ahhhhh. Just to pronounce their name differently every single time I cast them. Anyway, on Playmate we have Blackbeard as Spy, Sala as Medic, Rotten Cat is NG, Disintegrating Syntax is Scout, Pavi is Pyro, BBNG is Heavy, Ox is Soldier, Princess named is Demo, Decoy is Sniper. Over on Chaotech we have M2R is Soldier, Solo Zero is Pyro, Chef is Spy, Mad is Engineer, Samwise is Medic, Twink is Sniper, Dermjix is Demo, Tom Rudo, who's switched his tag, that's tricky, is Scout, and then Ping 2 is Heavy. So let's just watch this rollout. So we're going to watch Tom Rudo, who thinks he's so clever in putting his name first instead of his clan tag or whatever, which is very clever, very, very clever right there. Anyway, we're going to watch him as he initially goes for the intel room. I was thinking sometimes scouts and spies will just immediately charge the intel room, hopefully before the engine can get up. That is why there's a pyro there, so nice defense by Playmate already. Sala is actually down right there. We're watching the Sala cam, but Blue Medic down for Playmate. That's going to be significant as these opening pushes come through. So let's watch what's going on. It looks like they... Playmate is just going to hold back on terms of defense right now since they lost their medic. Not a bad idea. By the way, I love this wallpaper. That was a pretty girlish thing to say, so I apologize about that. Anyway, Samwise is about close to his Uber right now, and I feel like I should make a Lord of the Rings reference because of that wallpaper reference. So Samwise, makes sense that he is the medic because he supported Frodo all the way to Mount Doom. Alright, there we go. They are going to push into house right here, but they have met, or push into intel room, they have met with a Pyro, who's doing some nice air blasting work. Pyro does go down. Heavy goes down as well. Why aren't they charging on this? There is a Demo Man. There are some stickies. Oh, nice stickies right there by Princess names. And if Princess had gone down right there, it would have been very easy for Chaotech to just drop down and take on that Sentry Gun because NG had no support. However, Princess got those frags in, and that will stop that push. Of course, we are on Capture the Flag Haunt, which if you don't know Capture the Flag Haunt, you don't know TF2. Whoa, actually a nice 2K right there. We'll fall back to help out his team right there. We're just stuck on his cam as I try to explain this ridiculous map. What's going to happen is the first to 10 caps, intel caps will win. However, there are two halves, and we will go to halftime after 7 caps. Yes, that is correct. All right, you can only cap your intel. You have to bring it to these little elevator shafts going on right here, and I missed one of Ox's kills right there. Sorry about that, but he's kind of on a roll. Oh, gets finished off by Chef. Go on Chef's cam right now. You deserve that because you got that kill of that soldier who was running rampant. But it could be tricky to take on at least 5 players right here, especially when we have a spy checking Pyro, who has yet to find Chef. Anyway, you can't capture your own intel. You can't capture the enemy's intel if your own intel is in possession of the... If you do not have possession of your own intel. Chef getting 2 nice picks right there. We will have Red Uber popped in response. Not sure about this Uber. They probably thought there was more of a threat from Blue than there actually was, but turns out there's nothing quite going on right there. We'll see, though, if Chaotech can capitalize on this. The sap's going down on that Sentry Gun. Will buy a little time for Heavy, but no, not enough. Where is the Med? Somehow Med became disconnected from the Heavy right there. Probably the difference. As Red not going to be able to push in with that. Good potential there for Chaotech, but unfortunately it is no cigar, as they say in the Freudian sense. Which I think is a reference to you know what. But anyway. Oh, psychoanalysis. We're watching Disintegrating Syntax as he takes on his opposing. The Scout does take down Tom Ruta right there. And So Haunt is a combination of Man Manor and and Vitalism. Vitalism is this capture the flag format with pretty much the same buildings, and then a Man Manor is, of course, Halloween setup. And the haunt is Halloween, and why we are playing this in February, I don't know, but that is what's happening. If you want to get into the controversy of that, don't ask me, because I have no opinion. Only that I like the wallpaper. I think stripes are very becoming, and there's lots of books, which I appreciate. Anyway, Blackbeard is in here, just NG basically in red intel room, so Blackbeard could do a lot of damage right here if he gets a perfect sap and stab off. So far he's just scouting out. Yeah, like this is perfect opportunity. He does get the sap, picks up the intel. He's not even going to go for the stab right there. He can probably get out of here alive as he's trailing documents everywhere. Blackbeard still going. We'll see if he can escape. Runs into Sniper and Scout. That's going to be very hard, and he does go down in the yard right here. As you can see, the reset timer on the intel is so fast. It is infuriatingly fast. If you've played Capture the Flag Turbine, you know how the intel will take several, I think it's like 10 seconds. No, it's more than 10 seconds. Anyway, it'll take a while to respawn to the intel room. However, here on CTF Haunt, it's about, 2 seconds, which is infuriating if you're, that spy who got the intel to the yard and was so close. Could have easily gotten that cap right there, but was denied. Anyway, we do have our blue Uber ready, and they're pushing through house right here. Is it Uber? Yes. Festiveness on that gun is confusing me. But yeah, Uber's popped just in time to save Salah. They're going to push or fall down, taking that disintegrate gun. It is wrangled, going to take a little bit more bullets. Soldier jumps in and out with the intel and takes out Samwise right there. So Princess Named is doing a good job. Oh, gets finished off though by, who even finished him off? But doesn't matter. Oh my god, it's so close. Oh my god. This is when that respawn timer gets ridiculous. Look at that. That was such a great coordinated play from blue team. However, that respawn timer, infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. However, that will give Chaotech a chance to rebuild and reset. Chef, meanwhile, hoping to get something. What? Is he taking damage from standing on the candlestick? He really should be. That is ridiculous. Oh, TF2 physics. Anyway, he's scouting things out right here. We'll have to deal with Devilman, and there's a medic there as well. If he could get the medic stab, that'd be pretty sweet. Again, he's going to have to deal with that pyro, though. Oh, some good spy checking. Oh, he was disguised as a enemy pyro. So, Anyway, he does go down. We're also still 0-0. Looks like Blackbeard got the intel out of spawn, or out of the intel room again. But that timer's OP, guys. MVP, also OP. Something P. As we'll see, Chaotech has this 100% Uber. We'll see if they decide to push out of a house right here, and indeed they're going to as they run into the enemy heavy, taking him out. Let's see if they can take out this pyro. Indeed, rapidly goes down. However, he does succeed in that air blast, pretty much stopping that push in its tracks. Once we do get the red heavy back up here, we'll see if he can do anything, but no, Princess Named. Take him out right there. Nice job. I think I called Princess Named a soldier earlier, so I apologize about that. Hard to keep track, of course. And of course, with Chaotech having their team names first and then their player names, it's always difficult. Anyway, Princess Named running into Tamaruto, but Ox helping them out right there. We will have this push from blue. They have a nice Uber advantage, so they know this because a red just pushed in with their Uber advantage and failed right there. So they've got to do something with this. They have a 2-player advantage. I mean, well, Tom's going to respawn immediately, and looks like it's a sniper route, so not completely huge. Oh, Devilman falls down. Not going to be helpful in this push right here. Got to take down that sentry. It is wrangled. Going to take a little bit more damage right there. Oh, but got to turn around. How did Salah not know that they were coming down the stairs right there? Heavy medic for Chaotech. We're just holding in the stairs for protection. Nice hold right there. That will buy them an Uber advantage. So we're just kind of trading Ubers. We did have a cap. I missed that. Dang nabbit. Yeah, so blue capped intel once, so we are 1-0. About 11 minutes in. to the first half. Halves are 20 minutes long, unless somebody gets 7 caps first. Which kind of low scoring, so I don't see that happening. You only really see that if NGs can't get anything on in the intel room, or if your NG for some reason is running mini sentries or anything like that. Red is popped again, and they are coming in with a fury. However, Dermajex went down. Tomrudo goes down as well. There's nobody left for Red to really do anything right here. Somehow, Samwise is still alive. Where is he? Oh, he's on fire wherever he is. I hear him yelling. God, complain more about being on fire. Jeez. What a wimp. So a little failed push right there from Red, and you see how difficult it is now to push into the intel room, even with the full Uber advantage. You have to push in with your entire team. Or at least you have to have either Soldier, Demoman, or Scout, because those are the classes that can jump in and out with that intel quickly. Spy, not going to be able to jump, but will be able to maybe sneak in and out. So it's so difficult pushing into Haunt right here, and that's why we see a lot of low-scoring games. Usually you don't go to 10 caps unless it's a roll. Chef getting down the sentry gun. Is anybody from Chaotech ready to help out here on that? But no, it looks like that was just Chef going by himself, and indeed, 4 down right now for... Oh, I'm sorry, 3 down for Chaotech. Ouch. Ouch. But what a sticky trap right there by Princess Named. Pretty much secures that hold for his team right there. Indeed, Samwise goes down. Dermjigs went down. Poor Heavy. Poor Heavy. Ping just exploded into a million pieces before he even had a chance to realize it. I guess it's better to explode into pieces and not realize it than to realize it, if that makes any sense. Anyway, let's watch a little scout fight here in Yard again. So for Haunt, pretty much the Soldier and Scouts are going to hold Yard, protect those flanks, which is it. But the thing is, it's different, is you're not going to have that NG with them with that mini sentry that you will have sometimes on Capture the Flag. Oh, Scout or Spy picks up the intel instead of the Scout. Oh, that may make the difference right there. Accidentally, I think that was an accident, because definitely Disintegrating Syntax was in there ready to pick it up, but instead Chef got it. And Chef still alive, but not anymore. Never mind. Never mind indeed. So what I was saying, like usually on 5CP or Payload, you'll have those NGs helping to protect the flanks, or at least an offense on Payload. But you're not going to have that here. You're going to have 99 out of 100 times you're going to have the engineer turtling and last. If you do have that NG running that mini and being aggressive, that's awesome. I actually haven't seen it yet in any of my casts of this map or Vitalism, because you're really just giving up your intel room and just saying, okay, we're not going to play defense, we're just going to be offensive. If you have a battle NG, then definitely go for that, because why not? Teams don't expect it. And of course during response and whatnot, you can always experiment with different NG playstyles. So we're just in a little lull right now, as Blue Uber is ready, so they're going to be pushing through House real quick. House is a pretty essential thing to control, but we haven't really seen these teams committing to it. Oh no, Sallow dropped Uber. That's huge. That sucks. Oh wow. That's why controlling House is so important. It's easy to get flanks in there, because all you have to do is go around the yard and to the other side, or if you're jumping class, get up here. And it's very easy to take out a medic with Uber who is pushing through House to intel room, just like we saw right there. So, unfortunate drop right there for Playmate, and that's going to buy Chaotech a nice advantage. We'll see if they can take advantage of the advantage. As we see, they are now pushing through House with that Uber. Worried about the flanks, definitely. They got a Pyro with them, so that's definitely going to help. So Chaotech now with this push, we'll see if they can get in and out. Sala went down, so no medic in the intel room for Blue. Intel is picked up, but there's stickies everywhere, and Solo Zero does go down. Sam or BB and G coming in and going huge. Oh, wow. Doing a nice job just cleaning up right there. think that Princess Name did a lot of damage, and then that Heavy came in and just M1'd, and that's all you need, really. They say a lot about the M1W Pyro. Well, there's the M1 ADW was to Heavy, but alright, never mind, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it does make sense, but it's not interesting. Anyway, let's take a look at scores to see who is going big. Who's going big? Chef is going big. Let's keep an eye on him, as he's obviously he knows something about this map and has figured out a little something, maybe about Rotten Cat. Rotten Cat in a lot of danger right now. He just doesn't know it. Oh my gosh. Don't tell Rotten Cat. Or do tell Rotten Cat. Somebody tell Rotten Cat that he's so dead. But actually, Chef can't move right now while the entire team is right there. He's going to try for this med pick, does some nice jumping. He's in a good position right now, but med has spotted him out, and he's going to go down. So a good spy checking. Maybe somebody bumped her right there, but Sallow will remain alive with that 79% Uber charge, or at least for the time being. Looks like Ox was coming in trying to get that drop. Unsuccessful. Ooh, we do have the pop right there. Not sure about that. Out of position. Probably an attempt to save the Heavy, but that's, well, doesn't matter because Sallow went down right there. So that's still going to buy an advantage for Chaotech, as they're still going to try to pressure in, but oh, Princess named again with them stickies. He has definitely figured out them stickies. Intel made it a little bit out of the Intel room, but doesn't matter because of that respawn time. Arrgh! Shakes fist. I literally just did that, so yeah. Again, just kind of sending up spam right there too. Half spam, half sticky traps, but you know it works, so whatever. Who have we not watched? We have not watched Rotten Cat or other NG Mad. Because NG's role on these Capture the Flag is so boring. I speak from experience here. It is so boring. You can try to do fun stuff like sentry dumps, but in the end, you're just sitting on your sentry gun. And then when something does happen, it usually is your sentry gun going down because these pushes are with Ubers and spies, and even if they're non-successful in getting the intel, they're usually successful in taking down that sentry gun. Black Bear coming in here, taking that sentry gun out of commission, grabbing the intel room. Let's see if he can do it this time. Don't go for the same path. Maybe he will. He needs the support. Gonna run into the pirate right there. He's on fire. He gave the intel to, who did he give it to? He gave it to Disintegrating Syntax. That was such a nice little, pass off that I didn't even notice right there. So it is 2-0 Playmate in the lead. So we saw a little bit of a exact replay of what Blackbeard did before. This time he was successful in it, pretty much because he had support of his team. Ran into that scout in yard and then was able to pass it off. Of course, having drop intel bound to a key is very important in Capture the Flag Highlander. I just remember seeing a video. I can't remember who it is, but it was a medic who picked up the intel, or maybe it was a heavy who picked up the intel. It was all by himself with a scout, and then he didn't have drop intel bound to a key, so it was just a heavy running back to spawn with the intel and a scout. Anyway, it was funny. If I can find that video, I'll post it in the information because it was pretty funny. Anyway, yes. Bind, drop intel to a key if you're playing this. Alright, so we're watching now as Red is holding house right now. As opposed to earlier where they're just using it as a medium to get from their intel room to enemy's intel room. Let's see if this will make a difference for their push. They're controlling a left flank right here. Got to worry about right flank, but it doesn't matter as they are pushing in with Uber right now. Solo Zero goes down. That's the Pyro. Oh, we got to Uber the Scout because what happened to the Heavy right there? Ping. Not even sure what happened right there, but he eventually dies. We still have Samwise alive. Samwise is going to get out of there. Oh, man. What a misplay right there from Playmate. Or I guess it was just not called out that the med was alone and extremely vulnerable, but Samwise getting out of there. Absolutely crazy. He is... Well, I guess we can't be too surprised because Samwise does eventually escape the fires of Mount Doom and everything like that. And then sails to Valinor, as he was the last ring bearer. And that is the last Lord of the Rings reference I will make. Warning, if you tag up as a Lord of the Rings character, I will make Lord of the Rings references. I have actually had that quite a bit. There is a team in ETF2 Highlander named Legolas's Wrath, which I'm going to have to fight the urge to make only Lord of the Rings references all day on that. It's going to be difficult. Anyway, we have 1 minute left in this half. Playmate is still leading 2-0. At this point, they just want a turtle. Don't really need to overextend. That would risk giving up a point, which when you have a 2-0 game is definitely not what you want to do. Meanwhile, Chaotech, I mean, they're in this precarious situation where they don't want to give up another point, but they have an Uber and they want to use it. They're going to push into the intel room right now. However, there's a blue Uber waiting for them. We'll see if anybody can pick up the intel in all this confusion. Both Ubers are popped. There's pirate action going everywhere. Princess Name getting some nice frags right there. And, oh, the medic picks up the intel, but there are stickies on it. Princess Name takes down Samwise. Samwise not able to escape that. Okay, no more references, I promised. Okay. And that will probably be the end of this half. So a nice hold right there from Playmate. Very sticky situation there at the last minute, but they were able to succeed. So we will be back with the second half. Alright, we are back with the second half. Remember, it is 2-0 Playmate in the lead. I don't know, I'm specking the sniper. Probably the least interesting. Well, no, NG is pretty much the least interesting class to watch on Capture the Flag Haunt. Dover Jax took a lot of damage right there. And over to Chaotech is down 3 players. We did switch colors, so Chaotech now is in blue. And we have Playmate in red. I mean, not completely necessary to switch sides on this map as it is rotationally symmetrical. I think that's the term. But yeah, it is pretty much even for both sides, I would think. But I guess Chaotech wanted the prettier wallpaper. Because look at this. I mean, turquoise and purple. How could you go wrong with that? You can't. You cannot. Anyway, those Ubers charging up quickly. Well, charging up regular tempo, time, whatever. We'll see these push. Who's going to pop first, though, is going to be the question. Blue pushing through house first. Let's watch. Oh, ping dropped right there. Oh my goodness, Samwise just jumping everywhere. No, he dropped Uber. Princess Named gets those stickies again, and red is just dominating as we're here. They need to pick up the pace and get to intel room fast if you want to capitalize on that huge destruction that went down. Indeed, they are going to need a fast class, and just right on cue is Disintegrating Syntax going to grab that intel and going to GTFO. We'll see if he can survive. Does run into enemy scout. No, he goes down. Don't worry, sniper's there. Decoy with a nice body shot to take down an enemy scout, and that's going to be a cap right there. So we are 3-0 Playmate in the lead. Quick action considering first half, but after that dropped Uber in house and that complete annihilation of Chaotech, Playmate did the right moves right there, right coordination, right strategy in terms of sending in that scout or a spy to sap the sentry, heavy classes to take down any other offensive classes there, and then bringing in that scout to bring that intel home. So nice work from Playmate. Playmate, I don't think I mentioned this, but they are a very seasoned team. They've been did I mention this? I think I did mention this. They've been around since season 6, so that makes them a year old. So happy birthday, kind of. I don't know. But they're actually one of the teams that I casted first. Different iteration of the team, different players, I think, but still that Playmate name. I don't know if that's a Playboy reference or what, but they are European. Do they have Playboy in Europe? If so, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, we're done talking about Playboy, we're done talking about Lord of the Rings. I don't really know if there's anything else to talk about. I guess we could talk about this game. Ping is pushing in with his medic. Medic took some Dorati right there as well as his pyro. Oh my goodness, we're going to have another battle right here as Heavy gets dropped. King not going to be a part of this party. We do have it popped on the Pyro. Pyro needs to be using that Air Blast action to get that heavy out of there, protect his medic, because right now keeping Samwise alive should be priority. Samwise, is barely going to get it. No, he's not, because Princess Named connects with a pill right to the face. Playmate, again, in this really nice position. They just need to get the right coordination and attacking intel, and they have to do it fast, though. Respawns are pretty fast right here, and already Blue is getting those respawns. Everybody up. Oh, it's just a sniper in the med. Okay, Salah needs to get out of there, and I think he realized that and will indeed retreat. So a little bit of a missed opportunity right there, but Playmate just didn't have the classes, and they're really smart to fall back. They're still going to hold this very aggressive position, which I like, but going to have to watch their back, which they are doing. So we'll see as Uber is close. Probably going to see another push out of them soon. Oh, wait, they were holding on their side. Never mind. And I need to turn off my phone, probably. I don't know if you can hear those sticks in the background, but anyway, we will have Playmate pushing in as there's only 2 up right now for Chaotech, just losing a ton of players in that altercation on mid. Who's going to get the intel? Is Soldier, but he's missing that first jump. We'll get that second one, and pretty much if you go the top route, you're safe. What is he? Okay, sure, why not? Decided to forego house and the drop down, which I think would be safer, but made it anyway. So doesn't matter, capped intel. We are 4-0 Playmate. About 15 minutes left in this game, and Chaotech has got to get their butt in gear. Can't be losing these mid fights at house. I think it's time to consider using a different strategy, such as going on the ground floor. Gotta keep their med alive. Samwise has got to get out of there. He does indeed. As Red is now pushing in again. They don't even have Uber, but they're just being so aggressive. They know there's only a level 2. Even Wrangle is not going to do too much damage. Salah is, where did the medic go? With his demo man, will be able to just distract people a little bit. Let's see if they can hold on to the scout alive. No! Disintegrating Syntax was on fire, and not in the good way. Went down. And he got the intel a little bit off the point, but doesn't matter. And so a nice defense right there from Chaotech. They've got to be proud of that one, because it was a dangerous situation. Even though Playmate did not have Uber, they were very close, and Salah was healing that Soldier at the time, so it could have been dangerous. However, the defense held. And the thing about wrangling sentries in this map that's so infuriating as an NG is with this drop down position, a heavy that drops down is going to be so close that they're going to take down a level 3 wrangled sentry gun, no problem, if they have an overheal, if they have a medic on them. So when you're wrangling in like a payload or anything else like that, you're probably going to have distance to help you out with a wrangler, and you'll have more room to aim. But on this map, you just don't have that. So frustrating. So very, very frustrating. However, that is the game that we play. That is the game that we call TF2. I need to point out the frog right here, because why not? Is there anything else in this room? I don't think. Okay. Frog, but no pug dog, or pug loaf, or dog bread, or whatever you want to call it. I call it pug loaf, because I love bugs. Anyway, we have a first Chaotech push of this half. Their scout does pick up the intel, but goes down immediately. Everybody is still, well, we still have these heavy classes up for Red. Pyro's going to jump down there. Uber was not over yet, and he goes down. So Chaotech not able to do anything with that push. A little disjointed. They just needed to take out those heavier classes before focusing on cleaning up the smaller classes or getting that intel, I think was the problem. But yeah, not enough frags to really justify a strong push right there. We'll watch Decoy as he tries to snipe right here. He sees that box of the demo man. I wonder if the loadout decision there may have hurt Dermjix as he goes down. Oh, don't worry, Twink is on it and takes down Decoy in retaliation. So yeah, loadout choices. Tom Rudo is right behind Medic and can't do, well, he does a lot of damage to Salah. Salah only at 50 health right there. Oh, and then some big stickies coming down. Dermjix, he was behind. That's what's going on right here. Oh, we got demo and demo battle, and Syntax will be able to clean that up. So just kind of some chaotic action happening in yard right here as Blue is trying to push out and Red is trying to hold this space. A good move from Playmate. They need to continue holding this space. Well, okay, they're going to give it up. Because there's basically 3 spaces to hold right here. You have here, you have here, and then you have here, of course. So you can't divide and conquer too much because you're very vulnerable at these positions so close to enemy spawn and intel room. However, you do want to try to keep the intel, or you do want to keep the enemy at bay as long as possible. Sentry gun is so hurt right now, and see, that's why heavies are OP. They can take out a level 3 sentry gun with an overheal. That's not cool. Not cool. Of course, it depends on if you take down the engineer and if you have a level 3 dispenser and lots of other circumstances. But whatever, that makes it too complicated. Salah's at 87%. Actually, Ubers are about even right here, so we're going to see a pop soon and from both sides. But who will charge first is the question. Ooh, some huge Girardi coming down. The Uber should have been popped immediately with that Girardi, but it was not. Taking out the heavy right there. Who's going to grab the intel? It's going to be the heavy. Need a slightly faster class. And there we go. Scout does get in here. Disintegrating Syntax will get through the door. Let's see if he can get through this yard. Going to have his soldier helping him out. And that will probably be 5-0 for Playmate. So some nice action right there. We've got about 10 minutes left. I mean, technically still possible for Chaotech, but this round they just haven't been, or this half has just not been good. First half was so much closer, but they've been dropping Ubers, dropping important players on Ubers, and you can't do that. You have to have your entire team or your entire pushing offensive classes when you go for that cap or that intel cap. Sorry, I was super distracted by the fact again the Girardi goes down in the heavy and he still is very aggressive right there. So I'm not sure what Ping's got a he's only one man. He's mortal. Let's not forget that. Oh, I really want to make a Lord of the Rings reference. Okay, anyway, he is mortal and can't be too aggressive. He's got to stay alive for these pushes. He will, we do have these respawn times that are pretty fast. Well, it depends on which wave you get. Some they can be as much as 15 seconds as M2R just found out. We do have this Uber ready, so this is a big opportunity for Chaotech. They've got to do this right. They're actually dropping down and going side. So I like this. Trying something new. Definitely should be doing that. So here we come with the push. Uber is popped and don't lose anybody, but they do have the demo man behind them. I don't know if they know that. Some nice air blasting action will take out Samwise. Well, the air blasting action doesn't do that. But some pills will take out Tom and Ping right there. However, Ox is still alive. Oh, I'm sorry. Ox is on Playmate and pushed forward with all that action going down. Oh, sorry. Yawn. I guess I could have muted that, but whatever. Chaotech, again, having trouble with that Uber. I like the fact that they were trying something new, but I think at this point it just, or this could be something. Chef in here. Let's see. He's having a bit of trouble. Well, at least this round. Whereas, no, Chef was, he was in second place on his team in points the first round. So. Maybe that's the difference here. Chef is not getting the spy picks, but you can't blame it on the spy. If your team is having trouble capping intel, you cannot blame it on the spy. Salah goes down right there, and this is a good opportunity for Chaotech, as there's only 3 up right now for Playmate. This may be their chance to get a roll started. Indeed, they get the intel and everything out really quickly. We'll see if they can make it all the way. Intel's dropped for Scout, but Tom goes down immediately, so Medic is going to pick it up. We do have Pyro on Med to help out, but he's covered in Girardi. Can he make it? Yes, he does. So we are 5-1. And this is an opportunity for a domino cap if blue team is so inclined. Of course, they're inclined to do it. Oh, nice pick on Rotten Cat. Is anybody there to pick up the intel? Yes, Soldier is there. He is in and out. M2R, he's got a good opportunity to do this right now. He's got to finish off this demo man. Does indeed. Needs to get into... No, he's so close. So very, very close. But Blackbeard takes him out with a great kill right there. I don't know if I could overstate the importance of that, because Chaotech had a kind of this domino effect going on. Just if they could have gotten one cap after another, it could have enabled another cap after that. And 5 points isn't so great when the other team has 2 points. So big kill by Blackbeard. Nice work. Of course, Chaotech does not think so. So let's give him some camera time. Of course, he's probably not going to die. No, actually, it does take down Twinkle right there with the revolver. Let's see what he decides to do. Mad probably knows he's there, as the sniper has probably called him out. With a sap of the gun, Scout is going to come in and dip out. Let's see if he can make it. No. Yes. He's taking a lot of damage with about 29 health. Disintegrating Syntax caps the intel, so it is 6-1. I think that cap is pretty much going to seal the fate for Chaotech. They just couldn't get it rolling. They had some good opportunities, but these Uber drops and that so close but so far away pick right there. Pick at the elevator. Decoy taking down Ping right there. Sal's got to get out. Oh, I mean, sorry, Samwise has got to get out. 2 S medics. That's always fun. And it will appear to be okay. Watch Tom Rudo's cam. Oh, he's running. Everybody knows he's there. So he's pretty much out. Now protecting the yard, trying to get Disintegrating Syntax, who's been a real jerk in terms of being a scout, which you want to be. So he's been doing good work. Let's see. Yeah, about middle on his team in points right there. We do have the pop and the push by Chaotech. Let's see if they can get in here. Intel is very close. Don't worry, Pyro's here to get it. Use that M2 to the best of his ability. Will set fire rapidly, and it's going to be close, actually. So if Chaotech can get this, this may actually open up a door for victory. Gotta finish off this soldier, but no, Ox takes down Solo Zero. Don't worry, Scout is here to save the day. No, where is he going? No. No one explained the rules to him. Oh, or maybe he's waiting till he can get more support. Let's get on this camera of Tom. Okay, he's waiting for health, I guess. What? And he exploded because he didn't have full health, so he's going to let the engine get it. He's going to respawn with full health. Really interesting decision right there. Really interesting. So it looks like Solo Zero is going to push in with it now with a medic on him. Let's see what's going to await him. Going to be a bunch of stickies by Princess named. That's not going to be fun to push into. Where is that intel? My goodness, what is Chaotech doing? They can't afford to waste too much time right now. And where is the intel? I can't even figure this out. Tom has gone down. They dropped it. But looks like Ping has it now. That's the heavy. So going to be dealing with a lot of health right there to bring down. Oh my goodness, this is chaos. Absolute, utter chaos. Trying to find Ping, trying to find the intel. Intel. Who has got the intel? That's the game I have to play on this map. Oh my goodness. Okay, did the intel respawn? Oh wow. Wow. That's blue intel. Oh, try to find a red intel. Follow the arrows. Following the arrows does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Alright, red intel is back in their intel room. So that is pretty much going to be GG. People are calling it in chat. Somebody who commented that this was the worst pub they've ever played. Yeah, that would be Twink. Of course a sniper would say that. Oops, wrong keys. Snipers have not so much fun on Capture the Flag. I can, yeah. This yard does provide some nice sniping opportunities, but it's not going to be enough. Chef with that stair stab, but that has alerted his presence to enemy combo. Let's see if he can't get something big here at the end. Salah's about 70%. Oh, his Dumbo Man's going to come in and ruin it all. Nope. Yep, nope. Salah goes down to a backstab from Chaotech. We do have the intel picked up. Solo Zero trying to do this solo, as he didn't have really too much support in there. But we are about 2 minutes left. Probably the end, as we are 6-1. A very nice and strong showing in terms of teamwork and strategy and execution by Playmate. Rapidy. Haven't seen too much of his camp because he's been playing that Pyro action. You can see it with that Homewrecker keeping that up. So some nice Pyro work by him. Right now, Red is just going to turtle. Because they have nothing to lose by turtling. They have everything to lose by pushing forward and overextending and opening their intel room to the enemy team. Which again, if you can get those domino caps, that's going to be huge. We do have crits coming off, so interesting decision right here from Chaotech. Popping that crits, they do have to watch out for that. Blackbear coming in from behind and taking out both Ping and then Samwise. That, oh wow. Really nice spy work we have seen from Blackbeard. Chef has been doing some nice stuff as well, but it's well, he's second in place on his team again. It's just going to be harder if your team can't take advantage of that. So he worked his way up from last to second in about 10 minutes. So there we go. We're last 30 seconds right here, so I'll just do my wrap up. Some good plays, BBNJ. Top scoring above his medic right there, and I think that may be the difference. You see the heavier, well, you still see the scouts doing some nice plays for Playmate. So it's not necessarily the heavy classes that weren't performing for the heavier classes that made the difference on this match. For Chaotech. I'm just kind of rambling. Anyway, there are your final scores. Thanks so much to who sent this in. It was Ron Cat. Sorry I didn't get a lot of your cam, but I think you understand why. Anyway, nice work from Playmate. And that's about it for me, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.